Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today you join me for another episode of Roten Bullen. We are currently out in Germany managing Red Bull Leipzig. So in the last episode we had an impressive win against Bayern Munich, and I mentioned that we have a big game coming up, and today we are going to be playing against Manchester United in the Champions League. Before I show you how we get on and what you've missed since you've been away, please don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button to help the channel out. I appreciate everybody who has been doing that recently. It has been such a big thing for the channel. So let's jump on into the schedule and show you what you have missed. So since that 5-1 demolition of Bayern Munich, we actually had a humbling of our own. We took the lead through Joe Gomez after 8 minutes and then kind of fell apart as Brian Odai, Daniel Podence and Asta Vranks, I think that is, Asta Vranks, scored goals for Wolfsburg as they tore us apart completely in the second half. They were quite impressive. I mean, they scored 3 goals in the first half, but in the second half, we just could not get the ball. And it's quite a humbling defeat as we move on to this Manchester United game. But with defeat, it means that we can only bounce back in the way that we know how, and that is with a win. So let's have a look at the lineup that is going to be facing Manchester United in the Champions League. So we've got Lunin in goal, Nets, Gvardiol, Gomez and Lamptey at the back, with Pino, Sandri and Soboslai in the midfield. Messi is going to be playing behind Ali and Brenner. Fingers crossed we can get back to winning ways and we bash the red side of Manchester. Here we go then. So in Season 4, our first taste of Champions League action. And Manchester United are pushing forward straight from the kickoff. Rashford is just running straight out of defence. He's had a shot, he's hit it straight at Lunin, thankfully. And after 15 seconds, United have had the first shot on target. Hopefully that isn't the recipe of the way things are going to be going. Seeing Wan-Bissaka there getting himself into a little bit of trouble. We're going to have a free kick from distance that Messi is standing over. He smashes it. De Gea gets a hand to it. He can only push it into the roof of the net as Lionel Messi scores his 7th goal of the season, 7th goal for the club. And that is a sublime free kick. Absolutely do not stop them. De Gea got a full hand to it, could only push it into the roof of the net. That is a goal that you might be seeing at the end of the season in terms of goal of the season and contenders, because he has smashed that into the top corner. But we have defending to do in the next highlight. Pogba swings the ball across. Ball's allowed to bounce and Greenwood gets in. And somehow Dele Alli has scored at the near post. Not impressed that the ball managed to get past the defender. And then somehow he squeezed it in at the near post as well. That is quite disappointing. So back to square one. But we are defending again here as United really are piling it on, and Dele Alli seems to have scored again. I was hoping the ref might step in here and have a look at this, but nothing seems to be forthcoming. And unfortunately, it's another game where we took the lead and we have turned the lead straight over. Although there's a highlight straight from our kickoff as Joe Gomez plays the ball forwards. It's dealt with well by the defender. Lamptey though is running on now. Just going to try and find Soboslai, but the play breaks down and they're in again here. Dele Alli is running riot. Dele Alli has, is that something like a 7-minute hat-trick? He scored 2 in 2 minutes, and I think they said that they scored, wow, so 6-minute hat-trick for Dele Alli turns this game around. Wow, I was not expecting this. When we took the lead, I thought, that's going to bode well for us, but it turns out that we absolutely cannot contain Dele Alli. Wan-Bissaka's running at us again. Maybe one of the question marks about my team was the defence, and I don't know actually. We've got Joe Gomez, we've got Gvardiol. They're big enough names, I think, to be playing in this competition and certainly getting into the latter stages of this competition. I just think that the way the game is falling here, they're in again. Ball's cut back to nobody, but Greenwood gets there first. Then Pogba to Fernandes. Rashford, nobody's making the tackle. And the shot comes straight in. It goes straight at Lunin. He's pushed it over the bar. And we are really struggling here to get a foothold in the game. As they're going to have a corner swung in. It's dealt with by Gomez this time. But again, it's United on the attack here. So they're going to look to swing a free kick in with Guerrero. He plays it low to De Jong. Turns. The ball is into Fernandez, and he's turned that wide. Again, there, I would have thought that the flag would have been going up, but no, he's apparently onside. And luckily for us, he turned the shot wide of the post. Now, this is the moment where I'm not too sure what we can do because they're in again. Dele Alli is a shot cleared off the line by Joe Gomez. And it's getting quite ridiculous the way that Dele Alli is just parting our defence. Do not know whether to try and switch the formation and revert away from our tactic, which has done us so well for so long. Almost looks like we need another player in and around that penalty area. May have to sacrifice one of the forwards because again Greenwood's in and again they've scored. And at half time we've gone from 1-0 up to 4-1 down, and that is the second time in 2 games that has happened. Okay, so we're going to try and make this change before half time, I think. I'm going to try and play with one extra man deep. I think Tonali can come on. Just as I was editing everything. Tonali is going to come on there in place of Ackman, and then Bren can go up top. Just to see if we can't get a bit of stability. I mean, it's probably too late in the game. We should probably be throwing more attackers on, if anything, but I do not want this to get too embarrassing as we have a corner in at the start of the second half. Messi has swung it in, and Wan-Bissaka looks like he's going to win that race against Sandri as well. Now all of a sudden he's away and gone. Rashford's got the ball, plays it to De Jong. Greenwood's in again, and he's just side-footed it into the net. And this is quite embarrassing. There was me talking about bashing the red side of Manchester, and this is a thrashing which I could not foresee coming, really. Maybe it's just lack of playing against Premier League teams, whereas we only be playing against Arsenal, as bad as that sounds. And Arsenal weren't really that great at the time. Whereas this is just wave after wave of attack and attack and attack. And 9 times out of 10, they're beating our players to the ball. They look fresher, they look stronger. It's really bizarre. Maybe they're just set up well against our tactic, or maybe it is the thing that I do keep saying about you seem to be able to play so much better in the home leg of Champions League games, and the away leg is just disappointment after disappointment. Although what a goal that is, as Jeremy Pino gets one back. Gives us a tiny flicker of hope. It's only a tiny, tiny flicker, but it's a well-worked goal. Maguire with a mistake. Wan-Bissaka gets intercepted on the ball. Brenner waits for Pino, who's in behind him, and smashes it first time into the top corner. And the 2 goals that we have scored have been crackers. But again, it's defending to do. It's telling me now to take Lamptey off and replace him, but it's only because of a booking. But again, Dele Alli's in, and surely that's got to be offside. Some of these goals are looking so conspicuous. I mean, Dele Alli's got 4 goals in this game. 4 goals. So a little click on him and see what he's about then. So he still just looks like the player who plays for Tottenham. Nothing. Well, no, actually, that's doing him a disservice, isn't it? He's a 6'2" elite attacking midfielder who has played for Manchester United for quite a few seasons now. 63 million transfer fee. Only had his average rate of saying that he's better than the player that was playing for Tottenham. So doing him a disservice there. I take that back. Dele Alli. But 6-2 on the scoreboard, and at least everybody who's watching these videos at this point is getting value for their time, because we have had some 6-1 wins. We've had a 6-2 drubbing at the moment. We beat Bayern Munich by a wide score. And there might be more goals left in this game yet, as Tonali tries the ball out wide. Nets to Pino. Plays it back to Nets. He's going to beat his man. If he can get the ball across here, there's a man at the back post. It's Sobolai and David De Gea with his best butter hands impression there. just literally had chocolate wrists as the ball goes through his hands and into the roof of the net again. It's a great assist by Nets. Picks him out the back post and Sobolai with the header. Yeah, he just goes straight through De Gea's hands. That is not impressive goalkeeping either. So, in some dodgy goalkeeping in the last few episodes, and there's another instance of it. We are going to play short here. Sobolai, ball over the top. Brenner's in. Now, if Brenner could score here, I was going to say it could make the last 13 minutes interesting because we know what we're about. But De Gea redeems himself, puts the ball out for a corner. Messi swings the corner in. There's Gvardiol with a header off of the line. Pino now gets it in the box, plays it back to Sandri, who hits it straight at De Gea, whose wrists stand up to the shot this time. We now are struggling with players all across the park. I'm going to bring a bit of Emil Forsberg on for a little bit in the middle of the park. Give Takumi Minamino a few minutes out on the left wing as he comes back from injury still. Another highlight here is the ball goes into the box, headed out as far as Tonali. Plays it back to Gomez. He plays it out wide to Lamptey. He's going to run into the box. Look to cut the ball back. Forsberg's there. Crosses in. Brenner's shot deflected wide for another corner. And I feel that we've had enough chances here. And if the defending was just a little bit better, this game could have been one of those that is a high-scoring draw. We've definitely had enough chances. Had 9 shots on target, scored 3 goals. So, in what is an absolutely crazy game, we have been turned over at Old Trafford playing against Manchester United. They've had 16 shots, 14 on target, and scored 6 goals. And we have had 12 shots, 9 on target, scored 3 goals. So, in another 9-goal episode, we've come out on the wrong end of this one. But I think a combination of you always play better at home than you do away in the Champions League, and the fact that our defending was quite sloppy has seen us come out on the losing end. So I'm going to jump forwards now into the season a little bit. Probably come back with another Champions League game, maybe a league game. We'll see where we're at. But we will hopefully bounce back from this pretty quickly and get back on form in both the Bundesliga and the Champions League. So again, a big thank you for getting this far into the video. If you are still watching, I have one final favour. Please hit that subscribe and like button to help the channel out. But for this one, it's going to be a wrap. A big thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.